Passport Mommy with Michelle Gerson. Motherhood is both amazing and difficult at the same time. The Passport Mommy, Michelle Gerson, is here to share in your journey.
It's amazing. It really is, just watching them grow and see how much change and how much they learn just without the filters around them.
Joining you on your greatest adventure, here's Michelle Gerson, the Passport Mommy.
Welcome to the show. I'm Michelle Gerson, the Passport Mommy. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had another really good week. I will tell you, the weeks, they're not getting easier, but we're getting more and more into our routine, and my kids know kind of what goes on throughout the day. I know what goes on throughout the day. But the one thing that I cannot get better at yet is the sleep thing, because I am somebody who usually needs 8 hours of sleep per night, or at least 7. And I don't know the last time I got 7 hours of sleep. And I know a lot of people have a lot on their mind during this uncertain time. I will say it's not necessarily that for me. It's just the fact that with being with the kids all day and then having to do my full workload and then cleaning the house and then everything else that needs to get done, there's just not enough hours in the day, and I am exhausted. And you probably hear it in my voice now. I am so tired. So I'm happy to have with me today Dr. Michael Awad. He is the Chief of Sleep Surgery for Northwestern Medicine. Dr. Awad, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thanks, Michelle, for having me. And, you hit the nail on the head, because we're having a lot of people who are really having these issues at a much higher pace and much more frequency than we're used to seeing, particularly during, this very difficult period that people are dealing with at the moment.
I know you also say that sleep is just so important. And, I know for myself, I sometimes decide between, do I sleep another hour or do I get up and work out? And a lot of times I just get up and work out because I feel I'll get more energy from that. But is that really the wise decision, or do we need that sleep to help our immune system?
That's a really good question. And I think in a perfect world, we get somewhere between 8 to 9 hours, which is the recommended amount of sleep for most American adults, particularly in, the younger and middle ages. As we get a little bit older, beyond 60 and 65, that amount of sleep comes down a little bit from that 8 to 9 hour requirement, somewhere in the vicinity of about 7 hours. But if we really had to choose, I would have to say that it is really important that you're getting a consistent 8 hours, enough for your body to feel rested during the day, or you might be doing more harm than good.
So what are some of the things that we should be aware of if we are not getting that sleep?
Interesting studies have shown us that really that 8 to 9 hour sweet spot is pretty critical for most of us. And while some of us need a little bit more and some of us need a little bit less, that 8 to 9 hours is really hits the nail on the head for most Americans. As you get below that 8 hour mark, and particularly as a lot of us really get even as little as 6 hours, we start to see a concurrent rise in a lot of comorbid conditions. So that means, people's all-time cause of mortality, all-time cause of increased risk of things like high blood pressure, heart attacks, and so on. All of those risks tend to go up, as well as psychological disturbances like depression, anxiety, and we see that pretty consistently across the literature over many years of study.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because I think as moms and dads, and even if you're not a parent, you think, oh, I can get by. I could just have my cup of coffee in the morning and I can get by on 5 hours of sleep. And I know I used to work with people who was proud of themselves for that. They're like, yeah, I don't need that much sleep. And I was always so jealous because I needed that sleep. But now I would say I'm not getting more than 5 or 6 hours a night. I am tired, and that's scary to think that those factors and those possibilities could increase. So what are some factors that are contributing to these sleep problems? I mean, yes, we have a lot on our minds. What else can contribute to this lack of sleep?
As it stands, we know that up to 70% of Americans, even outside of, everything going on today in our world, but just generally day to day before all this started, we know up to 70% of Americans are sleep deprived as it is. And this problem has perhaps made it a little bit worse. Okay. And as you mentioned, stress in particular is a big one. Stress is one of the big things that's going to keep our mind racing, keep those active thoughts running as we try to settle down and go to sleep. And that adrenaline, need to kind of think and move in your thoughts really keeps us from falling asleep. It stops that initiation of sleep process, which is so critical for us to getting a restful sleep and allowing us to get through the appropriate stages of sleep in particular.
Yeah. So what do you recommend for somebody like me? Because I'm sure there's a lot of busy parents out there who they say, you know what, because I say to myself, I really do want to go to sleep. I do. It's not that I can't. I really do want to go to sleep, but there's just so much to do in a day.
Totally. Well, I think the first thing is there's this really important concept of sleep pressure. And sleep pressure is essentially this well understood physiologic concept. So it's important for our bodies to build up a certain amount of use or energy during the day. So one of the big things I always recommend to people is that earlier in the day, usually before 5 or 6 if you can, try to get some degree of exercise, like you mentioned. It doesn't necessarily have to be going into a gym, which is difficult for a lot of us in different states who don't have that option right now. But even just going outside and getting a walk, whether that's a walk with one of your little ones or a walk with a partner, which can be a great time for you to connect, that's an important thing to do to start to build up this sleep pressure throughout the day. That means using up, that available energy that you have to you. And so by the time you're reaching 8, 9, 10 p.m., we've built up enough sleep pressure that your body is tired enough to go to sleep. It's a little bit like a toddler when you take them out during the day and they've run around, the park or gone swimming all day, and then they come home and crash. It's actually a similar concept, and it's due to the buildup of a hormone in the brain called melatonin, which we need in order to actually initiate sleep. But if we don't build up enough sleep pressure, we don't build up enough of that hormone in order for us to get tired and sleepy. So that's number one. I think number two, which is a really big one when it comes to calming these racing thoughts, is really introducing a rigid and strict mindfulness routine. So a lot of us think about, meditation and, we don't always do it that consistently. But nowadays we have so many tools at our disposal in our smartphones. We have options for apps that are, abundant. Just to name a few, you have apps like Headspace or Calm in particular, which is one that I like. You download the apps, and most of these have free versions. And about an hour before you're getting ready to go to bed, you can really think about using one of these apps just to get into a mindfulness routine to kind of calm all those sensory inputs that are coming in, all those racing thoughts, all of the things that we've had going on during the day, and start to settle down and get ready for that period of sleep. So it's really about building the habit of sleep, and it's an important habit to build.
Yeah, it really is because, like I was saying, I don't think I have an issue with the melatonin, but I do have an issue with saying, you know what, stop what you're doing. It's not as important as going to sleep. I found myself last night at midnight eating chocolate chips just to stay awake so that I can continue doing my work. So then I have two things against me. I'm not getting sleep and I'm doing this late night eating, which is ridiculous.
Well, it's funny that you talk about the late night eating because that's one of the things that's actually throwing off this circadian rhythm that's in our body. And for those that don't know what the circadian rhythm is, that's essentially our body's internal clock. It's what tells us when it's time to wake up and when it's time to go to sleep. And one of the interesting things is that we're actually seeing that people during this particular period of the pandemic, while they're sleeping longer a little bit by about an hour or so. Most people, unlike yourself, unfortunately, Michelle, but most people are getting a little bit longer sleep. Okay. What we are seeing, though, is that we're getting a little bit of a shift in people's internal body clock. And part of that has to do with, I'm sure you've experienced when you're at home, working from home, it's easy to kind of head to the fridge at all types of hours of the day. And that actually throws off our internal body clock because part of what decides our body clock's rhythm is when we eat. And so when we're eating kind of later at night and things like that, it will shift our body clock a little bit later into the evening and into the next morning.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So you've given us some good tips on what we should do. How can a sleep surgeon help? And when should someone seek this type of help, like somebody like you?
Yeah, well, what I do is fairly specialized for a condition called sleep apnea, which affects up to 20 to 30% of the population. And we actually think that 80% of people, American people, are undiagnosed when it comes to sleep apnea. And in brief, sleep apnea is a condition where a patient repetitively stops breathing during sleep. Most of the time, the only symptom that people might be aware of is actually snoring that somebody complains of. That's the most common reason people present to be evaluated for sleep apnea. And we know that 70% of people who snore have sleep apnea or at least are likely to develop it over time. So I think that snoring is a big one, that if you do snore, it's worthwhile getting checked out. For sure, if your partner tells you that they've noticed you stopping breathing or gasping for air during sleep, that can be a common presentation as well. And also just a general feeling of not being well rested, not getting appropriate sleep in terms of waking up feeling energetic. Those are important factors to consider when deciding whether or not to speak to your healthcare provider. But I always say, if you're having issues that are going on for, even more than 30 days, I think it's worth getting it checked out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think some people, they find that their partners can be a little stubborn with getting that checked out. And then it's the other person that suffers too, because they can't sleep because their partner's snoring. So then that brings up a whole other slew of issues. So definitely
Totally.
definitely worth going to somebody like you. Dr. Michael Awad, thank you so much. Fellowship-trained sleep surgeon and chief of sleep surgery at Northwestern Medicine. Well, I have to tell you that you have inspired me to just put down whatever I'm doing and get that sleep that I need at night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michelle. Take care, stay safe, and keep sleeping.
Thank you. You as well. I'm Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy. More coming up in a few.
Motherhood is a journey. Joining you on your greatest adventure, here's Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy. So as we are all thinking about, okay, what are we going to do this coming September for college or next year for college, it is the perfect time to think about what kind of scholarships your child can apply for. Because I know when I was applying to schools, I applied to a ton of scholarships because every bit helps when it comes to the cost of the schooling, because it just keeps getting more and more expensive. And I'm thrilled to have with me today Lacey Allen. She is an associate director for the College Board Opportunity Scholarships, a program that awards $5 million each year to high school students. Lacey, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me. Hello.
Tell me a little bit about the College Board Opportunity Scholarships and how they work.
I like to think of it as a combination between a college planning guide and a scholarships program. This program awards $5 million each year to students across the country. And how the College Board Opportunity Scholarships program works is it lays out 6 really key steps that students should take during their junior and senior years of high school that help them plan, prepare, and pay for college. And these are steps like researching colleges they're interested in and creating a college list, to filling out the FAFSA, that really important financial aid form. And as students do each one of these steps, they earn chances at scholarships that range from $500 to $2,000. And when they complete 5 out of the 6 steps, they earn a chance at a $40,000 scholarship.
That's incredible. And I love this because there's no essays and there's no long application process. You just have to complete these steps, which somebody should do anyway when applying to college.
Yes, absolutely. We were just thinking about, what can students, what's a program that will help students get ready for college and also reward them for the effort and action that they're putting into doing things that they already should be doing.
Right, exactly. So who is eligible for the College Board Opportunity Scholarships?
The program's open to students in the class of 2021 who attend high school in the U.S., Puerto Rico, and other U.S. territories. And currently we have over 250,000 students in the class of 2021 who have joined the program and started taking these key steps. And we've already awarded over $1 million in scholarships to these students.
Tell me why the College Board Opportunity Scholarship programs are designed to focus on those 6 steps that you talked about. Is it really just to reinforce and make sure that people are doing what they need to do to get ready for college?
Yes, absolutely. We heard from students and families across the country that they were confused and overwhelmed by the college application process. They wanted a simple guide or roadmap that shared what to do and when to do it. And so using data and research, we identified these 6 steps as really critical ones for students to take during their junior and senior year. And then we put $5 million in scholarships behind them to motivate and reward students to take these steps.
Right. And so are certain students, do they qualify, if they're low income or, if they really need the help, do they get the priority? Do they, get the first, we'll edit that. Sorry, hold on. Do students who might need the financial aid, do they get priority in line as far as who can apply, or does this go to everybody?
This is a unique part of the program, actually. The program is open for all students, and so it doesn't matter really your family income size. Any student, especially any student in the class of 2021 right now, can sign up and get started and start earning scholarships. However, we have reserved half of the scholarships for students whose families make $60,000 or less. So it's one of those win-win situations where everyone is available for scholarships, but also those folks that may need it the most, there's going to be extra chances for them to get some scholarships.
Terrific. So where can students and families go for more information and to get started on this?
Absolutely. They can visit our College Board Opportunity Scholarships website, and you can find that at cb.org/opportunity, and that's CB as in College Board, so cb.org/opportunity, and there you can learn more, sign up for the program, and get started taking these important college planning actions.
Perfect. And so are there any deadlines that we as parents should know about or the students should know about just to make sure that we get everything in on time?
Absolutely. There is a big one coming up at the end of the month for students in the class of 2021. In order to be eligible for the $40,000 scholarship, students must sign up for the program and they must complete the very first step, build your college list, by Friday, July 31st. So parents, make sure to tell your students to sign up for the program and build a college list with at least 6 schools on our college planning website, Big Future, by July 31st.
Lacey Allen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy. And don't forget, you can head to the website, passportmommy.com, to listen to this episode as well as any other past episode of the Passport Mommy Show. You can also download on any podcast platform. That would be amazing if you could download the podcast, leave a review, tell us what you think, because the more reviews we get, the more people will see this podcast. And you can also follow us on social at Passport Mommy. More coming up in a few.
Passport Mommy with Michelle Jerson.
Many remember Mel Gibson portraying then Lieutenant Colonel Hal Moore in We Were Soldiers, but few know today's West Point cadets followed tactics more developed in Vietnam.
We wanted to pursue him to the death. I was taught at West Point, when you defeat an enemy on the battlefield, you pursue that enemy to the death. Finish the job.
At the American Veterans Center, we preserve and protect our veterans' legacy, but it's up to you to keep it alive. To hear more on Hal Moore's story, visit AmericanVeteranCenter.org.
Motherhood is a journey. Joining you on your greatest adventure, here's Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy.
We've all been in quarantine for a long time. We're coming out of it. But I feel like some people, they've told me that they've put on a lot of weight during these last few months. Other people have really stepped it up and made a concerted effort to get healthy, to stay active, to know that, okay, they're not going to be running around doing their normal activities. So let's make sure we get out and we bike and we run. And I know personally, I've been out there with my jogging stroller with my 2 kids, and I'm so thankful when I get to run around the neighborhood with them, and I still try to steal a bike ride whenever I can and just really keep myself healthy, because I believe it's really important, especially during this time. So today I have with me Megan Soa. She is a health and wellness expert, and she's just going to talk to us a little bit about some tips. We still have about half the summer to go, and ways that we could stay active, stay healthy, and how to just enhance our wellness routine. Hi, Megan. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Sure. So I don't know about you, but I'm trying to stay active. I'm trying to get sleep, which that doesn't happen. But I also try to take my vitamins and my supplements as much as I can because I'm a firm believer that those help in so many ways.
Absolutely. So as you were saying before, health and wellness is at the top of mind now more than ever, especially. We're home with the kids. I know I'm home with my son. And, summer is always just a great time to reset some of your routines anyway. Whether you're looking for some additional immune support, which I know is also, a heavy, hot topic right now, or if you're needing some relief from, the stress of having the kids home or working from home or whatever you're going through, and we also need to catch some Z's at points too. So We're here to help. We have multiple products that, we can help incorporate easily into your routine that will leave you feeling the healthiest version of yourself.
Which I love. And you're with Nature's Bounty, and I'm a huge fan. I've used a bunch of your supplements and products over the years. And I think there are just some basics that are really important when it comes to your health, your children's health. What would you say are some good options for just a really good immunity boost? Because I think that's on everybody's mind right now.
You are completely right. There is no doubt about that. Immunity is, stealing the headlines. And vitamin C, if you didn't know this already, it's actually known for its importance in helping a healthy immune function. So that's why we have our Nature's Bounty Vitamin C. It's a great way to just help, support a healthy immune system. And it's great for getting the essential benefits and nutrition that your body needs. So for those who are looking for a gummy option, which is me, I know for myself, I'm definitely always after the gummy option. We have the Sundown Multivitamin Gummy. And this Sundown vitamins are all clean all the time. So they're non-GMO. They don't have any, they're all natural ingredients, which I know a lot of people are after. They're gluten-free, dairy-free, and they also help support bone, immune, and heart health. So it kind of is one of those products that can hit all those key elements in one. And they come in delicious grape, cherry, and orange flavor, which is a great option for me. And you can either, add it to your Amazon cart or head to one of your local pharmacy stores. It's a great option for overall immune health because we know that, you're definitely trying to stay healthy this summer.
Absolutely. And I know I also I'm big into trying to boost the immune system, and I take vitamin D. I give my kids vitamin D. I give them the little liquid ones. And then I might throw in like a garlic capsule also to just kind of keep things going. And what about, what do you have for kids, and how do you encourage them to take their vitamins, especially your own kids?
Yeah, I was going to say, so my son, he will be 7 this summer. So he, knows everything, doesn't need mommy's help. And, honestly, 9 times out of 10, the kids do need a little extra help when we're filling those nutrient gaps. I know my son isn't usually the best when he's trying to take his vegetables or eat healthy. So to help that, I usually go to the Sundown Kids, the multivitamin gummies. My son personally likes the Disney Cars or the Star Wars.
Okay.
So you can feel good about this because they're packed with 13 essential nutrients, and they're made with only colors and flavors from real source foods. So it's delicious, and they come in their favorite character shapes. We also have Disney Princess, Frozen 2. So there's something for every kid out there.
Goodness.
And these, again, exactly. And the same thing with the main line is that these are all clean all the time again. So they are gluten-free, dairy-free. There's no artificial flavors, free of peanuts. So it's a really great option for kids, especially as they're getting, into their as they're like toddlers, et cetera. And, it's just 2 a day. It's super easy. It's convenient. And the kids like taking them as well.
Yeah. And I have to say, my daughter takes the chewable ones, and I had just tried her on one. I didn't know how she would go. And she loves it. She asks me for her vitamins all the time. She's like,
exactly. That's what you want to get into.
Exactly. It's great. She reminds me reminds me to give my toddler, the 1-year-old, his vitamin D. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I can't remember every day. But speaking about remembering and promoting restful sleep and easing tension, because again, I think that's something we're all, just whether pandemic or not, we're always, not always tense, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but what are some supplements that you can recommend just to kind of ease tension, promote restful sleep, and just help keep us on a smooth path?
Yeah, I mean, I know in my house, sleep is a luxury between, the kids running them around, whether, and again, even during this pandemic, I know that we've tried, we still work, we're still entertaining the kids. So sleep and stress definitely go hand in hand. And in fact, more than half of Americans say that they're stressed more than throughout the whole day. So we realize this, we recognize this as a true consumer demand. And what we have here is one of my new favorite lines. It's the Nature's Bounty Stress Comfort line. And now this line is 100% drug-free, and it addresses 3 key stress areas. So we have the Mood Booster, and this is a wild berry flavored gummy, which is delicious, again, right up the gummy alley. And it has fast-acting ingredients to just relax the mind, promote a positive outlook. And it's just a really great item to just go to, to, again, name speaks for itself, boost your mood. We also have the Stress Comfort Peace of Mind. So these are mango pineapple flavor, and they contain herbal ingredients. So it's actually made with a marigold extract, and it contains lutein and other ingredients that just help support occasional stress. And it's, just a great way to just stress management. And then we also have the Peaceful Dreams, which contains melatonin. So that just helps your body with a natural sleep cycle. And it's a great new item. Again, the full line is 100% drug-free, and it addresses those key areas that we know, people do occasionally struggle with. And then we also have the Nature's Bounty Sleep 3 Plus Stress. So we launched Sleep 3 last year, and it was it's basically a drug-free sleeping aid. And this is just an extension of the line that helps also address the stress. So it's a maximum strength tri-layer tablet. So essentially it has 3 layers that will help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep, and then wake up feeling refreshed. So it obviously contains melatonin, and it has a unique time release technology so that it's pulsing out through the middle of the night so that you can wake up feeling, refreshed and ready for the day, whatever your day looks like now. Right. But it helps it just helps you relax, de-stress, and, wake up feeling your best.
I love that. I love it. And so, okay, now I want to talk about the whole physical look when it comes to us. So collagen has been a thing on the market for a little while now, or it's becoming more and more popular. And I have to say, I was always very hesitant to take it for whatever reason. I don't know. I was pregnant. I said, is it safe while I'm pregnant? And I believe it is. I've been told that it is, but I was always just, for whatever reason, hesitant. But now I add a powder to my yogurt every morning. Tell us a little bit about what collagen does and other things that we can do to just kind of, keep the elasticity in our face, good for our muscles and joints.
Sure.
Our bones and joints,
absolutely.
I should say.
Collagen is definitely having a moment. You see it in all the celebrities posts, influencers, etc. So basically what collagen is it is an ingredient that helps with skin elasticity. So what we have is the Collagen Beauty Blends. And like you said, you can add it to your yogurt. It's a powdered blend that basically dissolves in, your hot or cold beverages. So I usually actually add it to my tea in the morning or maybe like a smoothie. But it's available in vanilla and unflavored. And essentially it's a clinically an effective form of collagen that just helps improve your skin elasticity and hydration, all by helping that decreasing of like the skin roughness, etc. But it's definitely a great new hot item. And I think it's a really easy way to just incorporate your skincare routine into, your daily life, because let's face it, we still want to look good even if we're not going to the same places. And I know for me, like I'm a beauty guru, so I also love to just take care of my hair, skin, and nails. And Nature's Bounty is actually the #1 brand for hair, skin, and nails gummies. We're a leader in the industry. And, we have here we just came out with a new one that has twice the amount of biotin. So biotin, helps support silky hair, glowing skin, healthy nails. And these are also packed with vitamin A and vitamin C, which just adds healthy maintaining of your, your skin and just keeping it vibrant. And they're super easy. They're gummies. You can take them, once a day, throw it in your bag or keep it in your cabinet. But it's a great item because let's face it, beauty starts from within. So we can't forget about ourselves.
Right, exactly. We definitely have to do that self-care. So speaking of self-care, we were talking about fitness and getting out for a bike ride or jogging or whatever we can. What are some good options for those of us who are fitness-minded? Do you have a protein line? Do you have anything else that kind of just helps us keep, to supplement that end of our lives?
Of course. So summer's a great time to stay active anyway. You can take a walk through the park or go on a hike or kayak, swim, whatever floats your boat in terms of that. And we have a few products here that can help supplement that. So we have the Pure Protein ready-to-drink shakes. And basically, convenience is key. We want protein on the go, and this is an option where it has a shake to go, whether it's, you can do it after your walk or after your workout at home. And it has 30 grams of protein with 1 gram of sugar. So it's high in protein and low in sugar, which is a great combo. And they're non-GMO, they have high protein, great taste, and it's actually in a Tetra packaging. So you can kind of give back to Mother Earth at the same time. So it's a great option for anyone who's like that. And then we also have protein bars as well. So we have the Metrics Big 100 bars. These are essentially meal replacement bars. They taste great. They come in amazing flavors like jelly donut, apple crisp, churro. So you can feel good about, eating those things without the guilt. Right. And they're basically packed with protein and one of our exclusive protein, which is the metamycin. But it has vitamin A, C, zinc to support immunity as well. So it's a great go-to option. And again, you could just throw it in your bag. And then we also have protein powder as well, which, there's a ton of protein products out on the market, but basically this metamycin protein powder has 24 grams of muscle building protein. So if you're, lifting weights in your dining room, or if you're, however you're getting your workouts in, these come in delicious flavors like chocolate molten cake, pineapple upside down cake, vanilla snickerdoodle, you name it. It's good. It's delicious. So you can add it to, water or a smoothie, however you take your protein powder in your diet. But it's a great option, and it has probiotics and enzymes just to really have your body get the most out of the protein that's in the product.
Right. Well, it's terrific. Thank you so much, Megan. I mean, really, Nature's Bounty just has something for everyone, to keep us all in check, for our wellness, for our well-being, to just stay healthy. Where can people go for more information?
Sure. Everything is available right now on Amazon.com, so you can head on over there.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Megan Soa. I'm Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy. More coming up in a few.
Motherhood is a journey. Joining you on your greatest adventure, here's Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy.
A lot of people are looking for work, or maybe they're thinking about next year and schooling, and they're not really sure what they're going to do. And so there's so many ways, though, that we can still keep up, and you can keep up with your kids and help them prepare for next year, or maybe prepare for college, or to seek out that job. And did you know that despite the unemployment rate, research shows that there are currently hundreds of thousands of open jobs in technology, and employers are looking to fill those jobs not just with a candidate's previous work experience, but the right skills. So today I have with me Guillermo Miranda. He is the global head of of IBM Corporate Social Responsibility. Hi, Guillermo. Thank you for joining me today. And I understand that there is something that people can do. There is a program called PTech where we can learn all of these great new skills during our free time this summer.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Michelle. It's a pleasure to be with you. Look, in IBM, we understand that all jobs are going to evolve and change with the digital economy. So part of our mission as a company is to prepare our clients, but also the ecosystem of users for this new digital age. And in that, we have content, we have platforms that can be used in order to get new skills, new tricks. I will say that the most difficult part is just to break the paradigm that technology is difficult. No, technology is as easy as you want to take it. So we have a platform that is called IBM OpenPTech. And in OpenPTech, what we did is we put together the pieces that will help students, high schoolers, and also college students, the pieces that will get them to understand how the workplace really works. Sometimes in the academic institutions, what you get is the knowledge of the techniques, but you really don't know how the workplace really works. So there are content, there are classes about how to communicate, how to discuss, how to create a mentality of agility in the workplace.
I love that.
Yes, and there is also more content at a foundational level about artificial intelligence, about blockchain, and how you are already using most of this, but you don't know. So you can start understanding, and then you will be better prepared for your next interview for a job.
Terrific, because I have to tell you, that's all intimidating to me, and technology in general is, but they are skills that I want to learn. And even if I'm not going into the field, I think they are such skills to know if you have the time to do that. So how can listeners use OpenPTech during the summer? How can they get started with this? So
we have several entry gates, if you want. The first one is we have the Summer Skill app, and anybody can sign. And in the Summer Skill app, we have sessions on Tuesday that are focused on how to get the habits of working in the modern workplace. And on Thursdays, we have technology, the basic things, as I said, how to use artificial intelligence tricks, how to use digital platforms, how to improve my marketing, digital marketing techniques, but in a way that is not intimidating, but natural. So we prepare this content at the level of the user. Every job is going to evolve and change. So you don't need to become a cybersecurity analyst in order to work with technology. You can be a receptionist in a doctor's office, but if you know some tricks, your career will move forward faster, because you know how to take advantage of this new connectivity, of these new ways to get insights from the data, of these new ways to use technology for your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think is a skill everybody should know, and it's perfect. And what a great way to do it with these online courses. So where can people go for more information and to get started?
Very easy. IBM.com/skills. That's our entry gateway. And then you will find the Summer Skill app. You will find OpenPTech, that is very specific for more high school, community college students. And then you will find Reignite for adults.
Guillermo Miranda, Global Head of IBM Corporate Social Responsibility. Thank you so much for joining me. And is this something that people can just start at any time?
Absolutely. It's fully flexible. You do it on your own time. You do it in micro nudges. And remember, IBM.com/skills, and you will get a set of new tricks to evolve in your career and your life.
Terrific. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Michelle Jerson, the Passport Mommy. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, healthy, and sane.